Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toys Escapades channel Malaysia. There's two pieces of really major news announcements coming out from Hasbro Toys over the last 24 hours. The first of which is that Hasbro is cutting 1,000 employees from their headcount. 1,000 employees are going to be cut from their divisions just 2 weeks heading into Christmas. This is some utterly absolutely sucky news. Nobody wants to hear something this messed up, but it's out there. The toy industry is in worse shape than we thought when a leading toy manufacturer like Hasbro has to take such drastic steps just to stay afloat. They're also shutting down their office in Providence, Rhode Island. That office is gone. 1,000 employees are also being let go. Guys, okay, what does this mean for the future of toys and action figures? Okay, this is what I want to know, especially when I've been covering right here on the channel the situation here at most of the retail stores here. A lot of the Hasbro stuff has just been on massive clearance for the last couple of months. Tons of unsold stuff from properties dating back years. And in all of these news reports I've seen covering this layoff announcement, okay, whether it's in CNN, whether it's the Toy Book, whether it's anywhere, nobody seems to be talking about the fact that these massive losses have to be attributed to the bad decisions and poor choices that were tied in to their Disney tie-in brands. Now guys, Disney has had a huge partnership with Hasbro that dates back years, so many years. Every one of their major entertainment divisions, whether it's Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Disney Animation, you name it. Okay, Hasbro has been producing the movie tie-in action figures, toys, playsets, creatures, you name it. Okay, for all of these properties, and these movies have been experiencing nothing but failures at the box office. Okay, they failed to connect with audiences. As of the last couple of years, we've seen the downward trend in all of Disney's major live action franchises. We've seen fans and families increasingly stay away from the Disney brand. This has hurt the product that's coming out. And this year, more so than ever, we've seen failures in every single one of their franchises. The Marvel franchises, the Indiana Jones franchises, the Star Wars lines, even their Disney animation. Okay, this has been 1 year in which every major Disney film franchise has seen record losses at the box office. Okay, they've lost untold millions more to come once the final numbers are in, and this has had a spillover effect to the merchandise as well. We all know that adult collectors are driving the toy industry. Okay, it's no longer about kids anymore. Kids are into other stuff. Okay, they're not into action figures as much as they used to when we were kids. Okay, when we were kids, it was all about the figures and stuff like that. But these days, adult collectors are the ones driving the business. And if toy companies are lucky, some of that is going to spill over into the kids market, and kids are going to start pestering their parents to start buying them toys like they used to. But so far, that doesn't seem to be the case, at least when it comes to most of these major licenses that we see at the toy store, which are now on clearance. They've been on clearance for months now. Okay, this is all I see at the toy store. Everything from Marvel, Star Wars, Disney animation, Disney live action, you name it. Okay, Disney product, okay, their tie-in products with Hasbro make up a huge, sizable number of the output of action figures from the company, right? So I can't help but feel that when a company issues a statement like this, it ain't necessarily about Transformers. Transformers to me is an indestructible toy brand, okay? It's lasted since the 80s. No, they're actually talking about these other lines that have failed to connect with fans, failed to connect with collectors, okay? They've failed to put out product that people actually feel like buying. They failed to put out characters on the market that people want to invest in. This is what's happening out there. I don't think the situation is going to change unless they start going back to basics, giving the fans more of what originally got them collecting in the first place. More stuff on the shelves that makes them feel that, look, I don't want to leave the store unless that thing is coming home with me, okay? That's how I want to feel too at the toy store. And you know what? On the same day, okay, the same day that this news goes out, sometime later in the evening, okay, in comes this news that Hasbro is combining with McFarlane Toys. That's right, okay? This is a piece of news that I think nobody in the industry saw coming. Why would these two toy giants decide to collude together? Why would they join forces? Well, unless it was a matter of just pure survival. Well, it turns out that McFarlane will be using a lot of these Hasbro properties like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Dungeons and Dragons, according to the list that was provided. He's going to be using all of these characters in the Page Punchers line. Okay, that's right. Okay, I was pretty excited for this piece of news, okay, when I heard it, until I heard it was devoted to the Page Punchers series. The Page Punchers thing is kind of like something that, to me, well, it basically consists of a comic book with two really tiny minifigures with some articulation. I don't know about you, but every time I look at one of these McFarlane page punches, all I see is basically just a comic book, a reprinted comic book that comes with 2 bonus minifigures. All right, so it seems like they're selling a comic book there that just so happens to come with 2 minifigures, because it doesn't seem like the figures get much of the highlight here. All right, and it's a pretty overpriced set too, I gotta admit. Okay, this stuff doesn't really come in that cheap here in Malaysia. I'm not sure how much people out there are getting it for. How much are you guys out there in the world getting it for? But here it's a bit pricey, I gotta say. You're getting a reprinted comic book which you may or may not already own. Okay, maybe it's a new comic book if you're lucky, I don't know. Maybe it's something that you don't even want to read. But you get these 2 minifigures that, perhaps, maybe you want the figures in that particular scale. But I don't know if a lot of people actually need figures of this particular size. They don't seem to have much play value to begin with. But they're there. And it seems that we're going to be getting these 2 packs. Okay, so I guess we'll be seeing stuff like Optimus Prime and Megatron. And hey, I tell you what, if that Optimus Prime and Megatron set comes with a reprint of Transformers issue number 1 from 1984, then I would say that's probably a set that even I would want to jump on, okay? Or maybe even if they did something like Duke and Cobra Commander with a reprint of G.I. Joe 1 by Larry Hama back in the 80s. Okay, something like that, I can see the appeal in it. But when they start to expand the universe into all these other characters, I'm not really sure if it's something that a lot of fans are actually going to be on board for. Let me know what you guys think of all these shocking news announcements in the comment section below. What do you guys think of all these extreme layoffs? What do you think is going to happen to Hasbro? What is the state of the toy industry going to look like? What do you guys think of the merger, okay, this crossover with McFarlane Toys? Okay, what do you guys think of the page punches line that McFarlane is planning to do? Hit me up in the comments, and I'll catch you guys again real soon. Take care out there.